Hello, everybody. I hope everybody's having a good Friday evening. If I could get a sound check, so just a check, Kurt W, or the D Hoot, if you could just give me a little sound check. My microphone is all up in the mess of hair, so I just need to make sure you guys can hear me pretty good. I saw y'all coming in like crazy. I was like, oh, here they come. So I'm going to go to the top. Hey, Kurt W. It's so good to see you. Hello, BDA. And then we've got Mary in the house. Hello, Mary. Entering the unknown. Adam, it's so good to see you. Welcome. We have Papa Squatch. Hello, Papa Squatch. It's so good to see you. I think, aren't you on an investigation this evening? I meant to catch your live and everything just got like I had to cook supper. I had to I was running around like crazy. So I didn't get to catch it, but I will watch the replay if it's available. Hello, our wild Rachel. It's so good to see you. Jean Tewksbury in the house. The legend, Ghost Cats and Cryptids. It's so good to see you. Wojo, it's good to see you and thank you. I'm hoping I have a good show. It's gonna be really good. This one has got me really confused. This case, so it should be good. Okay, let me see. I'm gonna scroll down. Tim Vogel's in the house. Hello, Tim Vogel. How are you? Martin is in the house. Hello, Martin Daisy. That's an inside joke. So it's okay. Gals and Ghosts. See, Gals, Ghosts, and Ladies is in the house. Hello, Falcon. Hey, welcome in the house. Good to see you. It's nice to meet you too, Falcon. I'm so glad you could join us tonight. I'm gonna be talking I guess you could consider it true crime. But there's really not been a crime. I guess technically it's really good. You should like it. If you like the missing peoples and you like the true crime stuff, you should really like this story. Papa Squatch, let's see. Dan and Scotty are out in the field, boots on the ground. The Starlink wasn't cooperating. Oh, Jason. Oh my God. Isn't that something? You get those things and in Valiente, hello, welcome. Potential downfall. Let's see. Hey there, we've been trying to contact you about your error. Okay. Well, my air fryers don't have an extended warranty. Potential downfall, but thank you. That's hilarious. That is hilarious. So I hope you stick around. No, not. Okay. Anyways, we're getting some people. Hello, Maximus. It's so good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Okay. So I guess I could just go ahead and jump right into it if you guys are ready. It's okay. They're doing a video so we can release it tomorrow. So, okay. Well, that sounds fun, Papa Squatch. That'll be fun to watch. That will definitely be fun to watch. I'm excited to see that. I hope they have a really good investigation. D Hoot, nope, too late. Oh, I don't know. Am I? Could I be? Could I be Cup Hat Cat? Could I be? I could. No, I'm playing. I don't know. I don't know. But that's a compliment, I guess. Anyway, it's so funny. Portrait mode is so funny. I don't I don't know. But Cup Hat Cat, it's so good to meet you and thank you for that. I hope you stick around if you like missing persons cases and true crime. Okay, I appreciate it, Cup Hat. I appreciate it. So potential. Yeah, it's too late, D Hoot. That's right. D Hoot's my sheriff, and she don't play. The girl, literally, like, if you come in, like, she's on, like, bam, she's on it. So she's really good at her job. I don't know. But it's good I'm glad to see new people. I'm so glad to see you in here. I hope you subscribe and stick around and smash that like and share it out if you want to. But have any of you? Yes, Maximus, I could. That's kind of my motto on my poster. It's a Coco Chanel one. You know, a girl can be two things: who and what she wants. So yeah. Yes, Wojo, all the mods for Richie, you can cover his side. D Hoot, she looks like she's got my side handled pretty good. So that's good to hear. So have you guys ever heard of the Andrew Gosden case? I'm gonna give a chance for you to let me know on the side before. I done a whole presentation. D Hoot got a sneak peek of it. I've been working on that thing all day, trying to make it simplified, the case simplified down, which there's really, I wouldn't say that it's complicated. It's just a lot of, stuff. I don't know. Gals, ghosts, and ladies. Okay. Nope. You've never heard of it? Okay. I'm sure some of my UK people may have heard of it. You did look it up as one. Not yet, and excited to hear about it. Okay. That's good. It's an unusual case. I was like, I want a case that is not like well known, and I figured going over into the UK would be something new and different. So I found this one, and it's crazy. I think I heard of the name, but for the case, I'm not. Okay. All right, Kurt. Yeah. Not sure. Sounds a little familiar. Yes, Maximus. I'd never heard of it till, I think he's still alive and out there somewhere. Just say, D possibly, but this is what we'll do. Hey, Joker, how are you? It's so good to see you. A hiker that was missing, Maximus. No, So this is not a hiker. This was a 14-year-old boy. So I'm going to. Let me see if I can get it brought up. Nope. It could be this one. Let's see. I have to find it. And it might not be. No. Okay. It might be under video then. 1 second. I cannot. Brady SO502. What's up? Hello from Ozark, Missouri. Thank you so much. It's so good to see you. That's so cool. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how did I do this last time? I'm trying to figure out how I done this last time. We're gonna figure this out, I promise. Upload. Maybe it's this. I might have to screen share. Oh my. Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay. All right, I think I got it. It's uploading, so just give it 1 second, and we'll have it. I forgot that this is what I had to do last time. I can't see any of you. So if you, wonder why I'm just like looking everywhere, I can't see you because I'm watching this upload. But yeah, I think you'll enjoy this. Well, not enjoy it. Excuse me. He's missing, so no, maybe not enjoy it. But I don't know. I don't even know what to say. What is the right words? I just hope it brings awareness, even though we are over here. I mean, I just hope it brings awareness. I didn't see a lot of videos on it, which I didn't try to look at them, but yeah. Oh my god. Maybe I can like let me back out while it. Maybe let's see. Okay, it's processing. So I'm gonna just give it a few minutes to process. Let me see. Let me go back up. Thank you, Wojo. MMP, it's a conundrum. Could have gone either way. Interesting story. Yes, it is another child case. Why do they always mess with the kids? Joker, it is a child case. I don't know if anyone actually has messed with him. I don't think. I think it's. I don't know. You'll see when I tell you it. Sam, have you heard of Robot Granny? It's about a 4-year-old camping who wandered away, and he said Robot Granny took him to cave or something. Was No, I have not heard of that. I will look this up. I'm gonna look this up. Kurt, hope you got some cheese with that one. Kurt, I did have some pasta salad that I made that I cut up some Colby Jack cheese in. And yes, but I didn't bring any cheese up here. This, if you're interested in knowing what this is, if you like your wines, this is the Josh brand, and it's the Sea Swept. I think that's what it's called. But it's really, really good. It's the sparkling one. Oh god, it's so good. Whiskey sour. No, Martin. No, not tonight. Not tonight. Um, I've kind of got a headache, so I could potentially be making that worse, but we'll see. It's kind of a funny. Well, I'm gonna have to check it out. I am definitely gonna have to check it out. Hello, Mooncat. It's so good to see you. Jean's gonna cover the site for. Okay. All right. Let me see. See if it's done uploading. Okay, I think it's done. So here we go. See if I can get this pulled. Okay, here we go. Now, this is the strange disappearance of Andrew Gosden. All right. Yeah. Ooh, fancy. I know, girl. All right. So, here's the facts of the case. We're going to get into it. September 14th, 2007, that was the day that Andrew Gosden was last seen. He was caught on the CCTV footage that leaving a, I put building, but he was actually leaving a train station in King's Cross, London. He traveled from Doncaster. That's where he's from, Doncaster. He traveled there to King's Cross. Alone, by the way. He was seen wearing dark jeans, a black slip-knot shirt, and a messenger bag, which is just like over there, basically like, a book bag, a bag. His PSP and $200. Well, I put cash, but it's pounds. He withdrew from an ATM that morning. Okay. So, moving on. Okay. Now, okay, I can't. If anybody, hang on, I can read it from here. I can't read because the little things is covering the arrows. So there has been no known sightings after the CCTV footage of Andrew. His family felt that it could have been a spontaneous decision rather than a planned one. But how the morning played out would seem that it was a deliberate set of decisions that were being made, because he traveled Doncaster to King's Cross is like 150 miles. And he was arriving at the very busiest part of the country before lunch. So that's another interesting thing. Let's see. Sam, I think the Robot Granny story is one of the strange missing stories. Many are never seen again, of course, but the ones found are often. Yeah. Maximus, I have heard of like a lot of kids that go missing. They find them and they tell them that something took care of them or whatever. So I've heard of quite a few cases like that, but I've never heard of the robot thing. So I'm definitely gonna check that out. And if from the way you're describing it, it would seem that maybe an alien took him. So yeah. Lisa, hello. How are you doing? It's so good to see you. Um, they CCTV at the bank and the station, I believe. Yes, the this is the CCTV footage they caught at the station. Um, there is one where he's like walking down the street, and the bank could have caught that. Could have been the bank's camera, honestly. It was. I'm gonna get to that. Um, but yeah, I think that could have been the bank. Took his PlayStation, but no charge. Yes. So here's kind of like his little backstory. He was born July 10th, 1993. He grew up in Bobby, Doncaster, United Kingdom. His parents are Kevin and Glenys Gosden. He had an older sister named Charlotte. The family was very close, so they had a very close dynamic. They ate together. They had conversation. That's what the dad is saying, that they were really close. There was no really any rebellion or any kind of, you know, the kids keeping secrets or something. They were pretty open. They were able to talk to each other. He mentioned that Kevin mentioned that Andrew knew London pretty well because they do have family that live around London. So that's another interesting tip. His nickname was Rue because he was, really energetic. That's going to come into play here soon in the slides. You're going to see why. But they called him Rue. Kevin said that Andrew and Charlotte were both very bright and gifted academically, so they done really good in school. They did not miss a lot of school either. Andrew attended a summer school in Lancaster through a program called Young Gifted and Talented Program. So he was really extremely smart. This kid was not a troublemaker, attended school, had good grades, so all of these details doesn't seem to me like he would want to run away, especially if he had a good family life, good home life. School was going great for him. I don't know. Let's see. I hear the UK has problems like this more so with the immigrants who are adapting to the country. Yeah, Maximus, of course. Yeah, would make sense. And yes, alien would be a theory. Looks like a good family. His dad, they really love. From what I have seen, it's a very loving family. Now, do we know what goes on behind closed doors? No, we don't. We have no idea. But it would appear from the outside that they were good family. Slipknot shirt says otherwise to me. I don't think the dad would have harsh words for his child that is missing and bad. That's, Kurt, you make a good point. I don't think his dad would just come out and say, yeah, he was such a rebellious kid. He was so bad. He just, he was always causing trouble. Yeah, yeah, totally. I understand that. He probably, of course, he's going to talk positive about his son. He's going to do those things. But where you mentioned Slipknot, I don't know if that's on the next slide or not. But Andrew, okay, yeah. So Andrew made good grades, okay? He had 100% attendance. He loved music. So Kurt, he absolutely loved all kinds of music. 30 Seconds to Mars, Slipknot, Him. I think Him was another one. He loved all kinds of bands. He collected rocks. He read books, of course. He loved comedy and games. He loved his Xbox. So he would play at home on his Xbox, and he was kind of he was okay just being to himself. He didn't have to have friends, if that makes sense. So he was good. He was just not a loner in a way that you would be concerned about from what his dad said. He was just to be to himself and just play. Let's see. I want to make sure I get everybody. D-Hoot says, also, Dad said if he left because he was, yeah. D-Hoot, he did say, okay, I can't take this anymore. I'm sorry. It's a little warm. Any immigrants that are violent criminals need to be. Yeah, yeah, I agree, Maximus. I totally agree. Violent offenders need to see their way out the door. uh, yeah, sometimes things that sound perfect are just the opposite. That's right, Gene. I was wondering his hobbies, music. Yes, Mooncat. He did love music. Sad, no thoughts on what and or where he is at all. No, Maximus. But as I go through the slides, you're going to see that. I mean, there's some theories, but nothing can be definitive. Like, there's nothing you can say. Yes, that's what it is. Internet Unknown. I see. I saw Slipknot on their first. Really, Adam? How was it? I never see it. If Bryce, oh God, for the love of Pete, Job, John, Peter, and Paul. If Bryce comes in here and hears me say that, he will flip. He will literally be spin doctor. He will have a conniption fit. I'm not really listening to their music. I'm sorry. Just let me go. Okay. Kurt at Ozfest 99, and they set the tone in West Palm Beach, Florida. Ooh. I used to be a rock metal only person. I still like the electric. Oh, Maximus, that's cool. I mean, I don't know what I am. I just like all kinds of music, but I would have to give those a shot, I guess. I like the 80s rock. uh, I guess that could be anything, though. There's a lot of music I like. Yeah, Kurt. I'm wondering if he just wanted to go for a wonder since he knew London so well, and then something in his. Yeah, Rachel, that's a theory too. Like I said, these points that I'm making right now are important because it helps, like I'm on the side, it helps develop a hypothesis on what Andrew was like and what he had going on and if there was any potential crisis, but he didn't. He had family in London. There was no known crises as far in his life as far as we know. Now, this is an interesting post that someone made. They put, I know Andrew, he goes to my school and is in all my classes. It's true what people are saying. He did get singled out a lot and only had a couple of friends. So this was another theory. People was thinking that, yeah, he had good grades, and you know how I mean, in school, if you were not accepted into the cool club, whatever you frick you want to call it, and you were just, I don't even know, not of their level. I don't even know, beneath them. And you made good grade, like you were, it didn't matter. Like you're a nerd. You're gonna get made fun of. Like it was horrible. I saw some stuff in school, and when I was in school, and and my last year in like a public school was 2009, and it was stupid. Some of the things that I would witness, and these kids. I mean, like I don't know if Andrew. I mean, he could have been in the cool kid. I don't know. I just know that bullying is really bad, and it's really bad now. So back then, 2007. I mean, yeah, it was probably bad, but they were saying he was bullied, but there was no. That was the only person that come out and said that. If that makes so, no one else said, "Hey, he was bullied." He didn't come home and say, "Hey, I'm being bullied," or. And sometimes they don't always do that. Sometimes they stay silent. They don't tell you they're being bullied. But then, it's just a lot of theories. But like I said, this was just one post. One person said it, and they didn't really go any more with it because that was it. Let's see. Go back. Da da da. Gee, I love the '80s hair band. Oh yeah. Uh, A Bon Jovi, would that be considered one? I don't know. I like Bon Jovi though. A psychotic break. He was around the age schizophrenia might show up. Gals and yeah, could have been. Like we don't know. It's very strange. Why take the place? D Hoot. That's a good question. Kiara Jade, hello everyone. My theory is in this day and age, with him being gifted and playing video games, somebody from a government agency could have contacted him through a game. Yes, someone could. That was a theory. That was a something they looked into. And the 200 pounds, yes, D Hoot. He had a bank card and it only had 200 on it, and he drew all of it out. Kurt, let's see, get singled out for long enough, you have absolutely no problem with just being by yourself doing it. Yeah, Kurt, I know. I've seen it happen a lot, and I'm thankful it never happened to me. I was just, you know, I just stayed with my friends, and I didn't have any problems. But I did see a lot of kids that had major issues with being bullied and pushed around and stuff like that, and it affected them, and you could tell, and it was really sad. And it's like you can do what you can, but it's not enough. And then the teachers do nothing. It's just pathetic. It's sad. Um, they could have took him and put him in one of the government programs similar to Mono or yeah, Kiara. I mean, that is a good theory. That's really good. Like that's a really good theory. Sam, do you have favorites in music for all the genres other times, like 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s? I bet you have a good music. I Maximus, I actually so I really know the 80s and 90s really good. Okay. Um and the 2000s, of course. Like that 90s, oh my god, that's my jam. Okay. Um so the 60s and 70s, so I like some 50 songs, but I couldn't tell you who sang what. I like, and I don't even know that. I would know it if I heard them. Um, I like the Four Tops, the Temptations. Um, a lot. I like a lot of stuff. It would take me all night to tell you what I like. But yeah, I like. I got a good range of music. Let's see. Bullying was bad back then. Yeah, Jean. It's hard. It's really hard. She's a big. And yes, they have. She knows me so well. Oh my god. Hi. Yes, I love Ariana. I was on the Morgan Wallen train. I really was. I was really listening to his music, and I'm kind of just like, eh. I've heard it. I mean, I've heard it so many. I never get tired of Ariana, but I kind of just like, yeah, I've heard it. So now I'm kind of like Ariana, Sabrina Carpenter. Bryce is gonna kill me. Mm. And yeah, and Youngblood's a good one, but I was really listening to his music for a minute too, and I kind of like fell off the wagon with that. But Sam, a lot of movie soundtracks, yes, they are. They really are. Bon Jovi is so cool. Hey Ben, I was so good to see you. I read 300 and he took. Yeah, dude. I will definitely. I'm gonna cover that. I wonder if he was catfished by a predator. Mary, that's a good theory. All of these are good theories. I got my daughter's last ballet concert. Oh, Benno. Well, good luck to your sweet daughter, and tell her that we all are rooting for her, and I hope she has a beautiful concert. I used to do ballet, fun facts. Didn't do it long, but I did do it. Motown sound, yes, Dehu. I love Motown. All right, so I'm caught up with the chat now. Now, here's the timeline. Here is what happened. Estimated teen disappearance is really high in London. Yes, and I'm going to get to that too, Mooncat. You guys are right, really on it. You guys are smart. So the timeline that morning, okay, Andrew did not get on the school bus. So he did put on his uniform. Hey, Tiffany Peacock, it's so good to see you. He did put on his uniform. And a close family friend said they saw Andrew at Westfield Park at 8:20 a.m. that morning, okay? He waited at the park until he knew that everyone was gone from his house. So he was like, I'm just going to wait here, wait till they leave, and I'm going to go back and do my thing. So he returned home and he changed into the clothes that you've seen on the CCTV footage. Now, he took his bank card, he took his PSP, and his messenger bag. He left the PSP charger behind. He did not take his passport, and he left £100 of birthday money that he had. So that was kind of strange. So he took his PSP, and he didn't take a passport. So when you look at that, you'd be like, oh, okay, so he just took his PSP. He's probably planning on coming back home. Okay, he didn't take his passport. He's not leaving the country. So what's going on? And then he left £100 of birthday money. He didn't even take that. So that was kind of strange. A camera placed him on Littlemore Lane, headed to the railway station. And at 9:08, he had stopped at an ATM and withdrew the £200. Okay. And then at 9:20, he had arrived at the Doncaster train station. So this is really odd. And it's just, he definitely had something on his mind. The missing poster that you see, if you look at his right ear, that is a little defect, a little, unique defect that he had on his right ear. And on his left ear, he was completely deaf. So, he had some things going on. But still, I don't know. It's very strange, his thinking during this morning or the day that he left. It makes me, it's almost like he definitely had somewhere he was wanting to go, but it didn't seem like he wanted to stay gone. It seemed like he probably was going to come back home, if anything. You know what I mean? So it's very strange. Let me see. Unknown, yes, something like that. Not sure what they are these days, but yes, the whole super soldiers idea. Ah, okay. Mary, so he was never found. No, Mary, he's never been found. So that Kurt W says that sounds planned, wearing the school uniform before walking out the door. Maybe he just wanted a day to roam around and not go to school. After that hard to tell, could have been kidnapped or anything. Yeah, Kurt W, it's strange, but it's also strange because he had such a good attendance rate at his school. I mean, he was always there. He was always doing so well in his classes. Maybe he did want to maybe he was like, you know what? I work hard in school. I want a mental break. Let me just, one of my favorite bands or something's going to be in London. Let me just sneak and go, and I'll explain it later when I come back. It's like, I'm going to go down here. I think I can get down there and come back. And then, if I get caught, I can explain it or something. I think he was meeting someone, hence the PlayStation. It could have, D-Hoot. Could have. Or could he had just made it look that way? If he is taken off, wouldn't... Yeah, that's right. That's right, Gene. Rachel says, sounds more like it. Yeah, the PSP could have been entertainment. Yeah, I think it could have been entertainment. D-Hoop, possibly a setup. Yeah. His ear looks like someone might been yanking on it. Mooncat, I know, it's very, very interesting, unique to his ear. See y'all, William. Been listening. If you research missing people, a good majority of them have a disability. Oh, yeah. That's true, William Nighthawk. That is very true. I wonder if they checked his computer to see if he was talking to someone. I'm going to get to that, Mary. You see, you guys are so fun. I'm going to get to that. Yes. Oops. I don't think I read that one. I'm sorry. So let me see. It's not okay. So one, he was waiting for his family to leave. He changed his clothes, withdrew money, suggests planning. Okay, he didn't take his PSP charger, suggests he wasn't thinking too far into the future. Leaving his passport makes it hard to believe he was going to leave the country. Untouched birthday money suggests not thinking clearly. Maybe he was like feeling rushed or panicked. And he's like, I got to get out the door. I don't have time. Like, and he just wasn't even thinking about it. And then the last one, I can't see it because of my big head. It says lack of any message to his family when he always see, that was another point that his dad made. When Andrew would do anything or go anywhere or whatever, he would always leave a message or let his family know. This day he did not. He just got out of there. William, I feel you on that one. I have been fighting one for 3 days, and I'm sitting here doing this. Probably a big mistake. Oh well. So I hope you feel better, William. I'm so sorry. Kurt, bullying could have gotten to him, or maybe he had another device setting up meeting or something like encrypted. Yeah, I'm telling you, he did. I'm gonna get to it. I'm gonna get to it in the other slides. But yeah, that's a good one. I was starting to go with that idea as well, possibly abducted or even a victim. Oh yeah, I mean he could have been. It could have. I mean, all of these are good theories because technically we don't know. We really don't know what happened to him. He did not have a lot of friends. But here's the thing. I know we go into the online theory. He could have been groomed. It could have. That's the sad part. Now, but I'm going to get to it. At the Doncaster train station, he bought a ticket. Okay? The person that gave him the ticket or that sold him his ticket stated there was a return journey that had been offered for less than £1 more. Andrew chose not to have a return. He just wanted the one-way fare. Excuse me. Isn't that interesting? He didn't. Now, could have, like his father says on the side, Kevin said that buying the one way wasn't really suspicious because where they had family in London, and it could have been that, plausibly he could have gotten himself. He could have gotten back if he absolutely you know what I mean. And he could have just not been thinking right. I mean, he was like, yeah, I don't want it, or maybe he's just like, I don't want to spend that, or whatever. I don't know what it was, but that was interesting that he only chose a one way. I thought the same thing. Yep, I have cauliflower ear bit. That looked different. Yeah, that looked like that. It was like 3 little, very odd. Seems like it was somewhat planned because he waited for everyone to leave the house so he could go back. And yeah, it does seem that like it is like it is part of it's planned, but so he definitely had planned that part. Now, what happened after that, we have no idea. That's the thing. It's like, it's crazy. This is a good case, and my mind is, no, Kurt, like, come on. No, keep on. You guys, this is great. I love it. No, Kurt, no, don't reel it in. Like, let it out. No, you're good because I'm going to cover everything you guys are saying. It is on this slide, I promise. And I'm going to cover it, and you're going to see. A friend's stepdaughter was, oh God. Oh, do you? Oh God. Not wanting the round trip ticket seems like he wanted to yeah, Gene kind of does, right? All right, here's the next one. So, on the train. This was aboard the train. Thank you, William. I appreciate you so much. And I really, really hope you feel better. I'm so sorry you feel bad. And I appreciate you, coming in and taking a listen. Hopefully we can cheer you up here. But I hope you do feel better. And thank you for the support always. So on the train, he got on it at 9:30 a.m. A passenger said they remembered seeing a boy traveling quietly, playing on his PSP. No one on the train would have suspected anything being wrong. He was just a kid riding the train. You know, you get on a train, you see a kid, but some people might have some questions, like I put, some could question why a young person is alone and not at school. What's going on? What's he doing? And then most of the time, people are just like so busy on their, whatever they're trying to do, that they don't really stop to even worry about it. You know what I mean? But the train finally had reached King's Cross at 11:20 a.m. So it's interesting, to say the least. Now, when he arrived in King Cross, London, once arrived, it was like 5 minutes later, he walks out of the station because that's when the CCTV footage caught him. And from that point, this is where Andrew was last seen. This is the last hard evidence. This is the last everything that we have of him is this footage on the side. That's it. So now we have nothing, absolutely nothing, which is, I find it odd. I find it really odd. But on the other hand, maybe not. I mean, his family didn't realize he was missing till, later that evening, which I found that really odd too, and you're going to see why. So this is back at home, right? Okay. So no one in Andrew's house was aware that he was even missing yet, okay? Andrew was obviously not at school. The family did not learn in time about him not being at school, and I'm going to tell you that. I'm going to tell you why about that too. By early evening, alarm bells went off when the family noticed that he didn't come down for dinner. They told him to come down. He didn't come down. Now, here's my thing. Let's just pause right there. If I worked a job, which his parents did, and my kid rode a bus to school, and I knew he was going to ride the bus back home, and I come home, I'm going to go, when I first get in the door, my first thing that I would do is go see my kids. How was your day? You good? All right, I'm home now. I'm going to go cook supper, right? That's what I would do. But they don't know. They don't even know he's not there. They just like come home. The sister, I don't even know how that played out, but everyone just assumed that Andrew was in his room playing his video game quiet. No, And so when he didn't come down and they seen he wasn't there, they didn't panic because they were trying to go, at first they were trying to think about reasonable, like explanations. Oh, well, maybe he's with a friend, or maybe, he went somewhere and the time slipped away from him, or maybe this, maybe that. Like, they wasn't panicking at first, but I'm sorry. If my kid had a regular routine of going to school, coming back home, playing his game, if there was a day that he did not come home and, like, for whatever reason, I don't go check, I don't know. But anyways, if there was I would be like, okay, wait a minute. This is not normal. Like, where is Andrew? Like, he's always home when I get home, that boy's home. He's playing a video game. Like, what is he not home today for? He didn't tell me anything he was going to do today. He didn't let me know he was going to his friends. He didn't leave a note. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's all strange to me. I don't quite understand it. So, I don't know if you guys agree with me on that, but it's like, I don't know. I just don't understand. It's like, you come home and you just come in the door and then you just automatically assume your kids, you don't go say hey to them. You don't say, hey, did you have a good day? I've missed you. Do you have a good day at school? Do you have homework? Do you have this? Like, check on them. But no, you assume he's playing Xbox. Okay, well, then on top of that, you're not panicking when he's not in the house. You're like, oh, when that's not normal for him. First of all, he didn't have a lot of friends, I'm assuming. Why would you automatically, oh, maybe he's at a friend's house? Oh, do you know the friend? I mean, it's just, it just doesn't make any sense to me. I'm sorry. It just doesn't. That part kind of, ruffles my feathers a little bit. Yeah, Rachel, it is tough to be a kid on the online. People are too busy on their phones nowadays. Yep, they sure are. Busy, crowded area like that with all those eyes around sounds like either he got kidnapped and lost in the shuffle, or he had a specific area he was going to. Yes, Kurt, very true. Probably his pattern to come home. Yes, D-Hoot, pattern. That's my thing. Routine. You see that routine not happening on one day, and you're just like, ah. Like, no, I would be like, where is my kid? You know? Maybe they were too used to him being quiet in his room, but still, I don't know why. Well, yeah, that's true, Rachel. I mean, like I said at the beginning, it did say he liked, he was a loner. He liked to be to himself, all of that. But it's just, I don't know. Maybe that's their thing. I don't know. I don't want to judge how they do things because I wasn't there and I don't know. But I'm just saying, you would think a long day's work, you come home, yeah, you're tired. You're going to kick off your shoes and you're going to put your bags down. You're going to be like, oh, God, But you would think you would walk and say, hey, what's up, Charlotte? Hey, Andrew, you guys doing good? You have a good day? I'm going to go start supper. Or I'm going to go do this or this or this. That's me, though. I don't know. Jean, exactly. When I come home, I go look for my family and let them know. Yes, Jean. I did the same thing. I got home and went to my room, and my mom would yell back sometimes, Kurt, you home? They didn't know if I was or wasn't until they got... Well, that's true, Kurt. I mean, I get that. That can happen. But at least she hollered for you, because that's the truth. Like, when they are working and they come home, they don't know if you're there. But like you said, if your mom yelled for you, like she was like, hey, Kurt, you back there, Kurt? You're like, So I don't know. They must feel. I know, Rachel, and I'm not putting this on them by any means. I'm not trying to, but I'm just making a point. It's just very strange. The whole case is strange anyway. So, because most kids are on video games, so now the parents don't check them. Yeah, Mary, it's yes, that's true. They're always playing the games. I agree with you. It's not normal actions of adult who comes home. William, yeah, I mean, it's not our normal, apparently. I don't know. Wojo, what's up? Hey, John. It's good to see you. Mary, I checked on my kids. My kids thought I was too strict for wanting to know where. Mary, I know. Oh my God. My mom was the same way. Like, every move was known. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. You would think they could find him online gaming. I know, Dehu, it's true. It's so weird. Yeah, true. Like, when was the last time an IP address is account? Like, yeah, they did look into that, Rachel. Let me see if I can go. So, okay, here's okay. I've done the missing statistics. So, 250,000 people go missing every year. Okay, 100,000 of them are children under 16, according to the UK. Okay, in 2010 and 11, 91% of missing incidents are solved in 48 hours in the UK. 99% of missing cases are solved within a year over there. Adults aged 24 to 30 were most likely reported missing, and ages 15 to 17 went missing the most often. So I thought those statistics were kind of interesting for over there. Because the first 48 hours, there's that golden hour when someone goes missing. It's that little short window of time where it's like, you better get on it. Because each hour that goes by is just worse and worse and worse, for some, especially a child. No, John, nobody ever decided to check this. No, this is not their only child, John. They have an older girl named Charlotte. I read something about Rue, which was his name. Yes, that was his nickname, and that's going to come into play in one of these slides. The first 48 is your best bet to find them. After that, I heard the statistics. Yes, Kurt. 250,000. Yes, Rachel. In the UK. Now, this is the UK. Okay. Now, here's the communications part. This is where the school comes in. Okay. Oh my God. This is the crazy part. It's not the. I mean, let me just. So the school called and left a message to inform Andrew's parents. He didn't show up to school, except, guess what? They called the wrong parent. Okay? They called the wrong one. So they didn't even know. Okay? They were like, okay. So that sucks. That was not in the child's favor for them calling the wrong people. Now, the parents, once they learned that from the school, they started calling friends. They started calling hospitals. Kevin and Glennis drove the route that he would have walked to school. Over the weekend, they went to Whitby, and they went to his favorite places in Whitby. Andrew liked a lot of places in Whitby. They went there, and of course, they reported it to the police. Yes, 48 hours. I'm headed out in a few minutes. Okay, Jean, I hope you have lots of good sleep. Lots and lots of good sleep. Because that is very soon, 3 a.m. God bless you. All right. Here's the concerns of the case now. All right. While his family, they're looking, they're like, oh my God, we got to find him, all of this stuff. I think they even went to London and went to a few places in London too. They were just looking everywhere. His parents really dug. They really did dig. And you'll see. But King's Cross, London is a very busy place, okay? So in theory, him going down there, you would have thought he would have had a better, like he would have been found easier. He would have had a trace, because there's, like the slide says, there's trains, there's shops, there's buses, there's streets, pedestrians, cameras everywhere. Or a good amount of cameras. It's not like it is now. It wasn't like it is now. But because the footages then was run on a tape. That was the bad thing. But anyways, you would have thought he would have been more traceable during the day. Now in 2007, there wasn't as much surveillance, like I just said. They ran on tape, and they had a cycle that would record over itself after a matter of weeks. So they didn't find the King's Cross footage till late. I mean, it's wild. King's Cross footage was not, like I said, it was 3 weeks after he went missing that they found that footage. By then, the footage from the buses and everything like that had already been recorded over, so that sucks. That sucks big time. Do you need me to go over and help moderate? Mary, I think D-Hoot I think she's got it covered over there. I don't know if Richie, through Restream, I can't really see. I only see like one chat box, and it's just coming in from all the channels. So I don't know if he's got enough moderators on his side. I know you got 2 landscapes and you got 2 portraits. So Richie has a portrait and a landscape. I have a portrait and a landscape. And then we have the Facebooks. But the Facebooks are pretty simple. So if you just want to help with Richie's channel, that's totally, that's totally up to you. But D-Hoot said she's got it. Okay. Kurt says, wonder how close he lived to the school and how often he walked compared to riding the bus. If he lived in a bus. Okay, Kurt, I'm going to get to that too. I quickly stopped by Bryce Everett, and he says, have a great show, and did hello, just passing the message. Thank you, Wojo, and tell him I did not say that I did not know any Slipknot songs. I never said that. Oh, have you, Wojo? Oh, have you been? I think you left Wojo. No, I'm just picking. So sorry. The search in London. Okay, here we go. His family went down to London. They knew Andrew was familiar down there. Like I said, he had family, but they looked into different things that Andrew was into. So he loved museums, he loved tourist attraction areas, he loved music. They dug deep, they investigated every gig and performance that was going to be there that day or that evening, trying to reconstruct what brought their son there. Now, 30 Seconds to Mars, like I said, was playing that night. Sixth, the band tied with Slipknot was going to be at a venue in walking distance of King Cross. So they was like, that is another one he liked. That is interesting. So the police thought that there was a good possibility that's why Andrew went down there. So they started asking the public, if you went to these events, please send photos in. And they let them know, hey, this boy's missing. They went through thousands of pictures. And like it says, all of it was just cold. There was no lead. There was nothing, which is very sad because that was a lot. When the parents had found that out, they really had a lot of hope. They were like, oh my God, he loves these bands. This is where he is. Like, without a shadow of a doubt, this is where Andrew went. This is what he did. This is why he took the money. This is why, he was going to come back home. But unfortunately, all of that ran cold, which that does not mean that he did not go to one of it. It's just no one had a picture with him in it or whatever. But I can't imagine having to sit there and go through all of those pictures trying to find, John, no, he was not a problematic child. He was actually a very intelligent. He was very bright. He was really good in school. He was had 100% attendance at school. He didn't have a lot of friends. I don't think. He played video games a lot at home, the Xbox, and he liked to keep to himself a lot. But he wasn't. His dad, they were a very close family. They were, from what we know, they were a happy family. There was just never any problems. So this is kind of like off the wall for him. I wonder if they saw any videos from the event. They probably did marry. But by that time, any of the shops that had any cameras or anything like that basically had already been recorded over. So if there was any kind of evidence, which really sucks, because if they could have gotten to the King's Cross CCTV footage earlier, then they probably could have gotten another lead, like caught him on something else, and it really sucks. It really sucks. Schools doesn't seem like they have, they don't, Kurt. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Especially to call the wrong parents. I don't know how that happened. If he snuck out to go, yeah, but they didn't. Yeah, they didn't seem like that type, Rachel. It's just very odd that he felt like he had to not let them know what he was doing, though, because he waited for them to leave so he could go back home, change out of his uniform. Like, he really wanted them to think he was going to school, so that was kind of weird. That part's kind of odd. If that was a family that could talk about anything, I don't know. Why did he feel like he had to do that? Hey, Prince Daniel, it's so good to see you. Maybe school has connections to some secret program. John, it wouldn't surprise me. It would not surprise me. Now, okay, what's this one? It would not surprise me, John. Okay, Andrew's case. Here we go. The first half of Andrew's case looks purposeful. The second half, it just hits a dead-end wall. Online theories are convinced he met someone, but publicly, there are no online traces of this happening. The physical police record focuses on what he did that morning and where he went, not on any messages or contacts Andrew may have gotten. Now, That doesn't mean a meeting didn't happen. There was just no evidence that one happened. The online theory is hard to stand on because Andrew had no social media accounts. That's what I was you guys were throwing that out there, but it was like he didn't have a computer. He didn't have social media, period. The only computer in the house belonged to his sister, and he didn't touch it. I guess he knew not to touch it. I don't know. The investigators did send the PCP serial number to Sony to retrieve any account data or message exchanges, but nothing came back. There was nothing found. A week before, on 2 separate days, Kurt, he walked to school. He chose to walk to school, and this would have taken him well over an hour going and coming back. For 2 days, a week before he went missing, he chose to walk to school. That's an interesting little thing. Now, Kevin, his father, like D Hoot was saying earlier, had questioned his sexuality. So 2 years as he's been missing, his father sent out a public plea to the gay community and said, hey, if you have seen my son, like, let him know we accept him. If he is, if this is what he has chosen, we accept him. We love him. We just want him to come back home. But there was no proof or evidence or suggestion that Andrew was gay, but the missing rate for children that do identify that way are higher than others. So that's kind of sucks. Let me see. Let me catch up. Maybe school. Okay. Yeah, I agree with you, John. Would be much better story if he ditched school to go to a rock. I know, Kurt, right? Hello, Crossover Paranormal Society. It's so good to see you. Welcome in. Hopefully he didn't get drugged and killed. Oh, Mary, I know. I'm kind of hoping that's not. Something made him think to keep what he was doing. Yes, Adam. Something. It's just very odd, and I find that the week before he went missing, there was 2 days that he was like, "Nah, I'm not riding the bus. I'm walking to school." So, did he meet someone along the way walking to school, and the person was like, "Hey, if you'll meet me at King's Cross on such and such day, we'll go do this and this and this." Like that to me seems like that could have happened. I don't know though. Yes, Adam, they did look into his, they sent the PCP serial number to Sony and had them look into it, and nothing was found. He was talking to no one. He just had games. So he had plans to meet someone and disappeared on purpose or a nap. Yeah, John, it would seem that way. It's really interesting. Wonder if any other kids decided to skip school or walk to school that was in distance from him, and they were. Yep, Kurt, that is that's interesting. Like if they went back and looked at the attendance record, and they looked to see if there was any kids that were out that day, and that's an interesting little theory right there. They could have. Was he suicidal? Wojo, I don't know. It's very odd because, like I said, they said, I mean, he didn't give any indications of anything like that. He was just happy to be to himself, loved his games. But I don't know. I just don't know. It's just hard to say. It's very hard to say. Him not bringing a charger, a passport, only that little bit of money, could indicate, yeah, he didn't take any clothes with him, just his messenger bag. It could have been like, yeah, I'm done. I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna catch me one more show, good music band show, and I'm out. But like, how did he do? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Ugh, so weird. I feel like it would be nearly impossible for a 14-year-old to get a new identity and stuff. Yeah, unless someone. Yeah, it was like, yeah, Rachel, that's true. If he was meeting someone local, one would think that person would have been in the CCTV footage. Yes, that's true, Adihu, unless the footage that got him only got him and didn't catch, where he went, like where the other person was. You know what I'm saying? I thought the UK was covered with flock cameras, especially with William, this happened in 2007. So I'm not sure. I'm sure it is now. I'm sure it's like, because we are always being watched. But back then, I'm not sure. Did they check out his family in London? Yes. Why was the name? Okay, you're going to find out, Mary, why that was important. Could have bought another charger. Yeah, yeah, he took money with him. He could have just got another charger. But I don't know. It's very weird. Or let's say the concert happened. He met someone there and they lured him or drugged him. Maybe he didn't tell his parents he was skipping because of his. That's true, Rachel. Maybe he was like, I've got a good record. Maybe I just won't, say anything so I don't have to, deal with being told, no, you can't because you're perfect attendance. Could have. John could have been. We don't know. It's all very interesting, to say the least. So now we have, let me see, where are we at? Sightings. Okay, here we go. Here's where it gets interesting. Over the years, there have been reported sightings, but none that led to confirmation. A witness claimed to have saw a boy matching Andrew's description on the day he went missing at a Pizza Hut on Oxford Street, but it was never properly investigated. The police never looked further into it, which his own father said that the way the eyewitness had described Andrew, it was like it was Andrew. And the police did not dig into that anymore. I'm not sure why, but they did. Another sighting, again, on the same day on Oxford Street, saw a boy that was laying and sleeping in the park. Now, that was that evening. So that's interesting that they saw a boy matching his description sleeping in the park. Later, a passenger seeing him exit a train at Mortlake Station south of the river. So someone saw him there. Over a month after he went missing in October, a woman approached a teenager in Covent Garden, and she believed it was Andrew. She said it was totally like it was him. She asked him, "Are you Andrew Gosden?" And he denied it. He says, "No, I'm not Andrew." And he walked away from her in a nearby cafe called the Poetry Place. Now, she did go after him, but by the time she got there, he was gone. The staff there said they could have seen him there with two other teenagers, but nothing more definite than that because the hairstyles were so similar. They wasn't very sure. They could have saw him, but they wasn't very sure. They had saw a young boy kind of like him, I guess, come in with the two, like I said, the other two teenagers, but they couldn't say 100% that was him. Now, there's been 122 recorded sightings in all, 45 of them being from London and 11 from Brighton. One report stands out. In late 2008, a man walked into a police station after hours and said he had info on Andrew. The person that was coming up to the desk to take his report got there and he was gone. And then later, a letter arrived at the BBC not long after this man had come to the police station and claimed to be the same man and described a sighting of Andrew, but it was just weird because they couldn't connect those two. They couldn't connect that it was the same man and that it was, someone that knew, that actually saw him. Sorry, I was reading on my other slide because I couldn't see that one. Let me see. He could have been planning to return. I've been there. I've been here numb from a long day in the heat. So, Richie, it's okay. Like, I understand. You have a lot going on, my friend. But I'm so glad to see you come in. There was a lady that came out in the UK claiming that the royal family hunted children. Oh! William. That wouldn't surprise me. That would not surprise me in least. Um, yeah, yeah. I think he could have intended to come back. The police are very useless sometimes. Even with the one-way ticket, maybe he didn't know at the what? Let's see, what station? Yes, Rachel. See, that makes sense. Maybe he got one way because, like you said, he didn't know where he'd be returning, to. I mean, that makes a lot of sense. Hey, Country Carpenter, it's so good to see you. Hey, Miss Jessie B, it's so good to see you, and Z Sun Dragon in the house. It's so good to see all you. Kurt, yeah, the man sounds really suspicious. Like, he come in the police station, he was like, "Hey, I got a sighting of Andrew," and you know, he had to do it over the because where it was after hours, he picked up the phone and he was like, "Hey, I have seen Andrew," and when they were coming down to get his report, he was gone. And then later, the BBC had gotten a letter saying the same thing. It was so weird. So this person seems like they knew um, that they did see. I don't know. It's very strange, but nothing else could ever come out of that. So I thought that was interesting. So the pressures in the family got to be a lot because Kevin stated, was he in his 40s? He's skinny. No, Country Carpenter. Andrew was only 14 when he went missing. He would be 30 something, or I think they said he would be like 30 something now. One would think they could find police station. I know, D-Hoo. What the frick? That makes a lot of sense. Yeah. And they could have taken the letter and dusted for fingerprints. That would have been my thing. Hey, send this letter to the police. Let's see if we can, get some fingerprints off this thing. Identify who wrote it. If they could get anything off of it. I don't know. But who knows? Kevin stated the police spent so much time questioning them, the family, because you know how that is. Someone goes missing. If they don't have something, they really hone in on family or whatever's. Like, it was making them feel like they were suspects. Kevin had grew so weary from it that he thought if he committed suicide, that it would force the police to look into it. So Alan Murray, a family friend that lived near them, had heard a lot of crashing, banging, and different things happening in their home. So he went by there. He had a spare key, went in, and he caught Kevin. He caught him in the act of actually fixing to, like, hang himself. Okay? And he stopped it. He intervened. He rescued him. He took him to the hospital. He regained consciousness, Kevin did, but he had to spend a month in a mental hospital. He has since become the face in the search of his son. He's running a website now. He's giving interviews to people that feel like they may have saw him or it may lead to something. Okay, let's see. Maybe he didn't get the return ticket because he didn't know what time the concert. Yeah, that's true, Mary. Makes a lot of sense. Yes, Richie, that person. They really loved the guitar in one of the promo or one of the videos. And then after that, they went rogue and was like, I'm just trying to figure out why the trolls, like, they do that. Like, and it seems like it's the same word every single time. It's very strange to me. But anyways, yeah, yes, please report him. D-Who, yes, or DNA. Get DNA off the letter. Like, that's what I would have did. But yes, this has took a toll on the family, as you would imagine. The family has worked with the police to create sketches of what Andrew would look like older. They described his ear. They described that he had deafness in the left ear. They described that he wore prescription glasses. He's very quiet in the way that he talks, so he's got quiet mannerisms. So that's something. That's very sad that his dad felt like, if I do this, maybe they'll stop looking at me, you know. 2026, the search is still continued. Andrew would be 32 to 33 years old now. They do have DNA from Andrew. I guess they went to his house, probably collected some stuff. They sent some DNA to hospital so they can keep an eye on things. Andrew has bad eyesight, so you would think that all these years of him being missing, he would have to go see an eye doctor to update his lenses, and none of that's happened. None of that has happened. Let's see. There was an incident where a man. This was in 2018. This was another strange report. A man claimed to have had a conversation with someone online using the name Andy Rue, needing money. His partner left him, and he refused a bank transfer because he did not have an account. He did not have a bank account. The police tried to track data from the online platform, but the company had an overhaul and had deleted the data, unfortunately. So basically, the man was just like, I don't know what, it didn't say, I'm trying to look on that. It didn't say what social media platform, but he had been conversating with someone named Andy Rue. So he thought that was really interesting, which it is. It's very interesting. Okay, back to our, yes, Richie, keep climbing. I wonder if in current day they would try AI to create a picture of him. Yeah, they probably have. To be honest, there is quite a few. If you go on Google, you can look at some of the age progressions that they have of him. So I know, Kurt. It's sad. Like, I don't know how he is surviving. I guess he could. Like, yes, it sounds very suspicious, John. Like it's covered up, but I guess there is ways he could survive. I just don't see. I just don't know how. I mean, it's very strange. I don't know how he would be doing that, especially when he needs doctors and the eye doctor and stuff like that. Now, there were arrests made at King's Cross. So at that train station, they arrested 2 men in 2021 with possible connections. Now, I don't know. It didn't describe what their connection was and why they were so interested in these 2 men, but they did investigate them and later released them because they were clear they were innocent. The family felt really bad for them. But yeah, for some reason they felt like that these 2 men had a connection there, and I'm not sure why. Maybe he had a head injury and doesn't remember his Mary, that's true. I mean, he could. Anything's possible with this case. I mean, clearly, because we have nothing. Seemed pretty intelligent and smart. Yeah. Yep, Kurt. He was very smart. I don't know. Very odd. It's just a million different ways this could go. Now, this is his dad in the picture, and this is his bedroom that he's standing in. The family is not giving up hope. They keep money in the account that is connected with the card that Andrew was last with. So they keep money in it just to make sure, but nothing has been withdrawn out of it. It's not been touched. They haven't changed the locks. All the locks are the same in case he comes home, and they keep everything in his room the same for him in case he comes back. And that's so sad. I wouldn't he just come home if not on wholesome? I know, John, it's crazy. But anyway, this is what he would look like now. Yeah, so that's him. Doncaster, England. So that is the end of the slides, but that is little Andrew Gosden. I don't know what could have happened to him. It is very sad for the family, Rachel. It's very pitiful. It really is. I hope that they can find him, or that he's still possibly alive. Let me. I was on Google, and I started freaking out earlier when I was like Googling pictures of him, because let me see if I can let me see if I can find what I'm telling you about. Okay. So I was looking up pictures of him, right? Look at this guy right here. You see that guy? I was like, wait a minute. This guy looks like him, right? Does he not? Okay, where are we at? Where are we at? Oh crap. I'm trying to get to that picture, but I don't think hang on, let me see. Where are we at? Okay. I'm on a different one. But anyways, um see if I'm trying to zoom into that dude. Like he looks like him a lot, that guy. But I did some more investigating and it's not him. It's not him. This guy right here in the gray, black and white, it looks a lot like that. You know what I'm saying? Just not a lot of hair. But I looked into it. I zoomed in on his ear. He doesn't have the unique ear, and also I I looked into what his credentials was. He's over here in he's over here in the United States, so he's not got anything to do with this case. So I thought I was like, wait a minute. When I was Googling pictures, it's crazy. Time for remote viewing, right, John? I wish somebody could do that. Even if they don't find him alive, just to get closure. I know. He could be in another country. Yep, he could. That's the sad part. Sounds like a kidnapping ring or some sort of setup. What if they sent him to a different country? I wouldn't know how to get back, especially if you're having eyes. Well, I know if you like, how would you get back if number one, you probably ain't got any more money. You got people probably watching everything you do, especially if you're held captive. Like, it's just no telling what could have happened to him, and it's really sad. So I hate it for the family. When I started looking into the case, I was like, please let it be a happy ending. But there is none, or at least some kind of closure ending, but there is none. Yep, he left his passport. So he wasn't planning on leaving the country. He was just going to London for some reason. My bet would be on he saw those bands down there, especially the sixth that's with the Slipknot. Since he loves Slipknot, he wore his Slipknot shirt. You know what I'm saying? He wore his Slipknot shirt for a reason. And I feel like maybe he went down there to see them, and then something happened. A peddler, someone that picked, someone that didn't have good intentions lurking around. I mean, it happens all the time. You go shopping and you got people that's like lurking in the background, waiting for a potential victim. They can rob, they can whatever. And you got this kid, this 14-year-old little kid. You, you can't overpower a big man or even a bigger teenager or whatever, you know. So I feel like that's probably what happened. I just heard from a patient from work I hadn't heard from in a while. Her granddaughter was abducted. Oh no, Jessica hasn't. Oh, Jessica, no. Oh my God, that is so sad. So, oh my God. See, that part, that is scary. That is absolutely terrifying. Evidently, this was a common practice for him to. I don't know, John, because they said that usually his routine was go to school, come home, play video games. If he did anything, he wrote a note and he was like, "Hey, mom and dad, this is what I'm doing," or he let them know. And this was a just very abnormal thing for him to do. It's so scary, and so it is, Jessica. It's very scary. It happens every single day, and that's why we got to be careful. But hasn't been, yeah, Jessica. I know it's sad. Oh my god. I hope they find her. That is scary. Um, you just gotta constantly watch your back all the time. Um, it's. I mean, you can be as aware as you possibly can, and it's crazy. Um, it just makes you not want to go anywhere. It makes you just like, it makes you almost be like, you know what, I'll just stay at home in my bubble. But then if you do that, you can't live. So it's like, well, you can't be scared to live. But it's just, but you don't want things like that to happen to you either. So it's like, what do I do? Like, just, let me be Glinda and have my own little bubble I can, freaking float around in. No, it's so crazy. And this is why I don't have kids. I know. Kurt, having kids is like, it is scary. It is scary. I've thought about it so many times. I'm just like, I have, 3 little humans to worry about. Besides myself and then my husband. If it was us two, like, we could, but you got 3 little people that's dependent on you. And it's so scary. It's scary. There's definitely something not being said. Yeah, John, there is. There's a lot that's not been said. But I think that they've done the best that they can with what the resources they have. And like I said, his dad is still keeping the case alive. He's still trying to get out there. He's got the website. He's got the age progression pictures. He's got people that, send in tips to him all the time. And I can't imagine how many tips this man gets. And some probably very mean. I was watching a case the other day, and it disturbed me to no end. I mean, it was very disturbing. But there was this girl that went missing at a mall, and this happened in the 80s, 89. She went missing, and or no, she didn't get missing. I'm sorry. She was murdered at her car. So they found her in her car, murdered, stabbed to death. And they didn't know who did it. And so they were looking at suspects, looking at people, and the mom started getting phone calls from people, and a lot of them was like, I think I know who it is, but then a lot of them were like calling and being really just downright evil. Some of them would call and say, Mommy, I'm dead, or whatever. Why didn't you find me? Or whatever, like weird stuff, like trying to act like the dog, like sick in the head people. And so I can't imagine the kind of things that this guy's getting all the time. And he has to filter through those constantly. That is probably mentally, oh my God, I can't even imagine. You never stop worrying about your kid. I know, Mary. I know. Who knows? Maybe the family did something is why he took it. John could have, because like I said, it's like, it's very abnormal for him to just go like that, So I don't know. My mom always says that. Also, Mary. Yep. Hey, Lori lad, you come in late, but you're here, and I'm so good to see you, Lori. That's messed up. It is, Adam. It is very messed up. I watch a lot of true crime, and I am telling you, there is some sick people, very sick individuals. I don't understand it. I can't understand it. But it's just sad that it happens, and yeah, we just have to, I don't know, be vigilant. You see something, say something. Bigfoot Stacy. Hello, Stacy Brown. How are you doing, guy? I'm just wrapping up. We just talked about I don't know if you could consider it true crime, to be honest, because the boy is still missing. It's not a conclusion to it. There was no homicide. There was no whatever. It's just a 14-year-old boy. He's just gone. Um, So yeah, it's disturbing, this whole case. So Stacey, you'll have to like go back and rewatch and like listen to the points of this case because it's crazy. Unless you already know the Andrew Gosden case from UK, 14-year-old that just disappeared off the face of the planet without a trace. Um, there has been no other sightings of him, and he lived in Doncaster. Short story. He lived in Doncaster, took a train to London, King's Cross, London, and that was the last place he was seen on CCTV footage. Got nothing else after the train station, which is just crazy. It is absolutely crazy. Wojo, maybe Slipknot can help by spreading the word of where he is and have him meet the band. Just have a lineup of people to see if he shows up. Just a thought. Oh, Wojo, that's interesting. Hey, anything like I'm sure they would go for anything at this point. This kid's been missing since 2007, so he would be like I said, he would be like 32, 33 now. So I don't know. It's a good thought, and maybe they can do something like that. Sick individuals, all yep, Kurt. There's some sickos, absolutely sick. I don't understand it. John, you're saying the family had something to do with it. I mean, it wouldn't be the first time, right? That families had something to do with somebody going missing. I am 100% adamant that Summer Wells and Sebastian Rogers, like the mother and the stepfather in Sebastian Rogers' case, had something to do with him why he's missing, and the police is just absolutely, like, it just enrages me how obvious it is who done something to this kid, and they're just like, eh. And then Summer Wells, like, are you kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me? It's just it's just enraging. It's just very enraging. Kurt, I forgot the lead singer's name, but he was abused and bullied as a child. So if they might have found out back then, I bet they would have helped. Kurt, they probably would have. That's interesting. Mike Aguilar, hello. How are you doing? It's so good to see you. All the coolest people are jumping in now. No, I'm just speaking. I'm playing. Everybody, I love you all. Ashes, it's so good to see you. Welcome in. It was Rachel with the candlestick in the dining room. Ray, you are so crazy. Was it Rachel? Did she do it? She did it. Are you sure it wasn't Colonel Mustard? William, it's something you never get over. That's very true. John Bonet. Oh my God, that case. Oh, Wojo, that freaking case. You want to talk about getting me going on something? That one right there will get me going. Because first of all, they totally trampled the crime scene. They contaminated the whole thing by calling their friends to come over instead of being like, hey, call the police, let them come over and do their thing. No, call the neighborhood, let everybody come in there and just start walking around. It's like, why would you do that? Crazy. And then the father looking for her throughout the house and finding her in the basement and then picking her up. And it's like bringing her up. That just, I'm gonna breathe. That one makes me mad. There is a lot of cases that really tick me off, and that's a few of them. As much as it's tragic with what happened to our Jack, I have some sort of closure. I can't imagine. Yeah, Jessica, having closure is better than sitting from 2007 to 2026 and wondering where your kid is, and you don't know what's happened to them, who's done what to them. God knows, like, or, you know, did they get murdered and dumped somewhere, and now that, oh my God, that would be hard. Your case with Jack is just, I couldn't imagine that. But we know where Jack is. We get to see Jack on occasion, but this boy is just nowhere. No one knows. So, Ash, love true crime, not the act with it. Yeah, I love true crime. I can sit and watch it. I mean, I'll be folding clothes and I'm just like, oh my God. And it's just like, and the sister was in the next room and bloody. It's like, I could be sitting at midnight and it'd be like, they found bones underneath the house from 5 years ago. And it's just like, oh my God. Like, I watch it all the time, but it's just, I don't love like, I'm not enjoying, what is, like, the things that's happened to them or the act, like you said. But, good night, William. I hope you feel better. I'm sending a lot of love and healing, and I hope your headache feels better. And yeah, it's so good to see you. Thank you for stopping in. And even though you felt so bad, I hope we could make you feel better somehow. Yep, Richie, I agree with you. I would go Liam Neeson on them. I would be calling the King's Cross train station and be like, I have collected, or whatever he says, a particular set of skills over the years. Like, give me the footage. Just tell me what happened. I would be losing it. I would. I'm telling you. And I'm sure his parents have. I'm sure they've done all that they legally can. But I would rip the country a new one trying to find my kid. Oh, God. Blows my mind how evil some people can be. Yeah, Ash. People are... It's a crazy world we live in. Some people just can't be cool like us. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know why that's so hard. You know? It's like, give me a break. You know, just be nice. It's not hard to be a kind human being. Smoking the Optimos. Oh, wow. Ninja Sam. Yes, Lori. I would. I didn't name my youngest Liam for nothing. Okay? I am a strong fan of Liam Neeson and that movie Taken. Because he was not playing. He was like, I will find you. And I will kill you. And it's just like, you go, Dad. You go, Dad. Oh my God. I love that part. That's my favorite part. Because he's just like, I'm not playing. And you're not scary. So, oh my God. Who else loves that movie? I can't be the only one. Like, that is a scary movie to watch. Because it can actually happen. But, boy, he's a tough one. I love Liam Neeson. No, it's not hard to be kind, Jessica. It's not. I don't know why people find that difficult. But like I said, nobody can be, a lot of people can't be cool like we are. You know what I'm saying? Anyways. All right, guys. I think I'm going to wrap it up. And I'm going to go chill and I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to relax. I know that much. But I hope you guys enjoyed this missing persons true crime, whatever you want to call it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you liked the presentation. I can do more of these. Me and Wojo, I've been saying this for weeks. Okay. Me and Wojo have one plan that we're going to collab on because he has all the info. He's like, this is one of his favorite true crime cases. And so him and I are going to get together. And I'm going to put together the slides, and then he's going to join me on the panel, and we're going to talk about it. It's going to be great. I bet you can't guess what case it is. So I'm not going to tell you. But yeah, next Friday, I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing. I guess you'll find out. I'm always like, I never know until I get like 2 days away from it what I'm going to do. But I hope you guys have a great weekend. I hope you have fun, you relax, you do what you want to do before Monday comes back and ruins everybody's life. But yeah. So, all of you have a good evening. I love you all. Thank you. Kurt, great show. They're true crimes I enjoy, but they do drive me nuts, Kurt. I like the ones that have a conclusion and an ending, and it's like, yeah, this guy got the death penalty, he's done. But these ones right here, oh my god. Summer Wells, oh my god. Sebastian Rogers, oh my god. These ones drive me insane. So he is at the right page for Disappearance. Yeah, John. Yeah, a lot of teenagers. I mean, I don't know. But, anyways, you guys have a good night. And remember, stay sweet, stay smart, and stay safe. And D Hoot's favorite line, don't forget to sleep with your lights on.